Welcome back. Target is the latest company to receive backlash over its LGBTQ+ support. The company pulling some of its Pride Month merchandise from its stores after some employees received threats, and some customers have even knocked down displays of the Pride merchandise. Some shoppers taking to social media upset that these displays were positioned front and center when customers enter the store. One item that garnered the most attention, swimsuits marketed as tuck-friendly, which refers to hiding genitalia. Now, opponents also highlight issues with one of the product designers who often uses what some interpret to be satanic symbols. Target says it's moved some of its displays to the back of the store. So joining us now, online advertising expert Rick Van House, founder and president of No Advertising, that is No, K-N-O-W. Rick, thank you so much for your time. So this is a big deal, and it's a big deal to a lot of people. What message is being sent by Target doing this?
The fact that they're moving things to the back of the store, maybe pulling things off shelves. I don't think this is in every Target across the nation, but it says that the customer is speaking out. And I think, as a father of three, I don't have any problem with the community. But when they're targeting children, I think, I'd like to have those conversations with my children in my living room, not on my Target trip when I'm, spending $100 plus every time I walk in the door. So I think, again, it's two stories here. It's one, it's the parents, it's the consumer. And then again, it comes back to the shareholder, just like it did with Anheuser-Busch. At the end of the day, Target's got to listen to the shareholder.
Yeah, it certainly does always seem to come down to, money, because shareholder equals money. Rick, so you mentioned this, the Bud Light thing. So, similar to what happened with Bud Light after its campaign with Dylan Mulvaney, now Target. My question to you, are these companies doing a good enough job of weighing potential risks versus rewards when it comes to their advertising campaigns? Because they had to have known there would be some backlash.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to be in these boardrooms. I want to be in these meetings. And are they doing this on purpose? Like, are we just trying to get press? Any press is good press, even if it's terrible. It reminds me of back in the late 90s when Camel cigarettes had Joe Camel. And the FTC basically shut down this ad campaign because they were using a cartoon camel to target children. I mean, that's the problem here, is when the children get involved and when you're sending these messages to children when we're shopping and just trying to buy our everyday goods or the summer bathing suit, I think that's when people have an issue. And, with Dylan, it's a TikTok personality, and TikTok, over 25% of the audience of TikTok is under the drinking age. Right. So, how can we be positioning a beer product in front of these young kids without thinking twice about it?
All right. So another thing, we're on the cusp of Pride Month. It starts June 1st. And I think it's important to say there are plenty of people in the LGBTQ+ community who are tired of seeing companies essentially trying to jump on the Pride bandwagon, just like there are, just plenty of people who love to see corporations and businesses getting involved. So is this kind of a normal back and forth when it comes to essentially seismic shifts in how we think as a society? Because, if you think back 15, 20 years, you rarely saw interracial couples in advertising. There was some backlash. I remember when Cheerios had its first interracial couple, there was some backlash there. So people a lot of times don't like change, but it doesn't mean change won't happen.
Yeah, and it's interesting that these are very small parts of the population that they're focusing, sometimes billions of dollars on. And you're right, sometimes these communities just want to be communities, and they don't need to be highlighted. They don't ask to be highlighted. And some of this is just to get on TV, so we're talking about it. Interracial commercials are all over the place, and they weren't before, but only like around 10% of the population of marriages is interracial. So, good on them. But is this where we should be spending all the ad dollars? I'm not sure. But,
I know.
They're trying.
It's a tough question. I do have to say, as a product of an interracial relationship, I personally love to see those commercials. So, Rick Van House, we certainly appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nicole.